we want to differentiate this function here. So we notice, first of all, it's a logarithm function. Now I'm going to write the derivative for a log function. Derivatives of log functions go like this. I want to take the derivative of the natural log of some function here, g of x. Now, our g of x happens to be 2x squared minus 5x, right? That's our g of x. We've got the natural log of some function, And the way this goes is it's 1 over the argument, so 1 over the inside, times the derivative of the inside. So let's do that for this one. It's going to, the derivative, so f prime, is going to be, let me write that so it's readable. F prime of x is going to be 1 over the inside, which is 2x squared minus 5x, times the derivative of the inside, right? Here's 1 over the inside. There we are, 1 over the inside, times the derivative of the inside, So that's going to be, we're going to need parentheses for this to capture all of it. So how about 4x minus 5? And then I'll just put it all together as one fraction. How about 4x minus 5 over 2x squared minus 5x? There's the derivative. And number 2, this function is a product. You see it? I got a first factor and a second factor, so we'll use the product rule, right? Derivative of the first times the second, plus the first times the derivative of the second. So we're going to get derivative of the first is a 2x times the second. That's the natural log of 2x. Plus the first, which is x squared, times the derivative of the second. Now this is a natural log function, and it goes like this. Here it is down here. 1 over the argument, so 1 over the argument, 1 over the 2x, times the derivative of the argument. That's this part right here. So it's 1 over the argument times the derivative of the argument, and here's the argument. The derivative of the argument is just 2. So there's the calculus part. Now we need to clean it up with some algebra. So the first term here, we're going to have 2x ln 2x plus, now what's going to happen over here? This x here in the denominator will cancel with one of those. This 2 will cancel with that 2, and it looks like we're left with just an x. So I'm left with just an x here. Oh, let me write that in white. But now I see I've got an x here and an x here. I'm going to factor out the x, and here's what's left. 2 natural log of 2x plus 1. And there's that derivative. Now in problem 3, we've got product again, right? Here's the first factor, here's the second factor. So let's use the product rule. Derivative of the first times the second, plus the first times the derivative of the second. And let's differentiate here. So derivative of the first is 7x. The derivative is just 7 times the second, ln x, plus the first, which is 7x, times the derivative of the second. Now the second, that's just the basic log function, natural log of x. Derivative of natural log of x is 1 over x. And now these x's here are going to cancel, so what are we left with here? 7 ln x plus 7 times 1 is 7. I'm going to factor that 7 out, leaving us with ln x plus 1.